Let's make some noise for the Australian Sprint Car Grand Prix, brought to you by Valvoline. These drivers want to race it. They want to do the 35 laps. They appreciate you, the race fans, that have stuck it out through our 2 showers of rain. We really appreciate it on behalf of the management, the owners, and all the volunteers and workers here. We thank you, the race fans, for turning up and watching the Valvoline Australian Sprint Car Grand Prix here at Valvoline Raceway. Valvoline Raceway, you've had the appetizer, now it's time for the main course. Troy Little gets the start on the outside and dives straight to the bottom. Let's see everybody get through turn 1 and 2. Brindle takes the push, Scorgie takes the push off the racetrack, as does Alex Orr. Troy Little is your race leader. Farr in second, Atkinson third, fourth is Reedy, fifth is Madsen. Then we go back to Sayer. There's the top 3 cars. You can see them pulling away. Robbie Farr getting close onto the back of Troy Little. Remember, we've only done 30 lap A mains so far this summer. First 35 lapper for the season. It's an extra 5 laps. With a racetrack like this, it's going to get into lap traffic. It's all about pacing yourself. As I say that, Robbie Farr dives to the bottom in 3 and 4, takes over the race lead. Troy Little back to second. They're caught up behind Michael Madsen. Troy Little comes back at him now. Loses a little bit of ground. Benny Atkinson trying to close in on him. Meanwhile, Ian Madsen tries to work around Danny Reedy. Madsen off the racetrack. 1, 2, 3 positions he's going to lose from Matt Dumsney, but he's not going to give that up that easy. Matt Dumsney comes back at him. 5 in the books, 30 remaining. Jason Bates off the racetrack at turn 4. Race leader Robbie Farr. Troy Little sitting there in second spot. Ben Atkinson third, fourth is Reedy, but not for long. Daniel Sayer on the move. Working that Aussie Forklift Repairs number 16 car. Jason Bates still on the outside of the racetrack. He's going to head back to the pits when he gets down the back straight. Race leader. Farr out of 4. There's a lap car between Little and Atkinson. That is Alex Orr. Is Danny Reedy. 5th is Ian Madsen. 6th is Sayer. 7th is Matt Dumsney. 8th is the 20. Oh, Jordan Brazier off the racetrack in turn 4. Comes back on the racetrack. Race leader out of turn 4. Grant Tunk's in front of him and Michael Madsen. Troy Little closing now on Farr. Ben Atkinson is solid in 3rd at the moment. This is the Valvoline Australian Sprint Car Grand Prix. No one's going to catch Robbie Farr right now. 2 lap cars between him and Troy Little. Madsen, Little going at it into turn 3 and 4. Madsen gets around Little, picks up second position now. He needs to make quick work of Gearing and Tunks, but I don't think he's going to have the time. Robbie Farr's got 3 laps remaining. The only thing that's going to help Ian Madsen, if Robbie Farr gets caught up behind Dean Brindle and Warren Ferguson. But Madsen needs to get by Grant Tunks and stop fighting with Troy Little for position. He's not going to run him down. Robbie Farr has 2 laps remaining in this Valvoline Australian Sprint Car Grand Prix. Down through turns 1 and 2, bangs the cushion out of 2. Into turn 3 he goes. Sets the car up with Ferguson in front of him. The white lights are a-flashing for Robbie Farr. Down through turns 1 and 2, down the back straight. Into turn 3 and 4. The Australian Sprint Car, Valvoline Australian Sprint Car Grand Prix winner is Robbie Farr. Ian Madsen home in second and Troy Little home for 3rd.
One of those nights, Stu, where the luck went their way, but earned their luck, setting quick time in their group. Found that little issue just before the shuffle, won the heat, won the A-main. He was actually P1 in every single session that he went out for today. That's impressive.
Yeah, exactly. You know, Robbie knows what he's got to do to win these races, and I'm sure it's not the first time he's done it.